All right, I think we're live, but I accidentally hit end stream, so I don't know if it's going to end. My computer is being super slow. Hopefully, you can see me, you can hear me, and the best way for me to know that is if you let me know. And so, hey, we're here, we're ready to go. We're 4 days away from turkey season. All right, Michael's not going to be here. He's in an impromptu trip to Gatlinburg. Come on. Come on. Spring break. Hey, look who's first. Anthony Jones, he's been on me all day about getting on live. And are you going to be on a date tonight? Or are you going to do the live show? But here I am. Here I am. We're here. We're 4 days from turkey season. We're giving away turkey calls. We're giving away Onyx memberships. I got my new hat on just in time for Joe Carter to see my new hat and desire it. Every time I get a new hat, he wants it. He wants to win it. But hey, guess what? He did win a free Onyx membership last week, so I know he's happy about that. Anthony, Joe, my good buddy Jimmy Carroll said he shared it. Hey, if you're here and you're watching, right, don't be the person that just lurks. Don't be back there lurking, looking at your phone. Click on the screen, like it, say hello, comment, tell us where you're watching from, tell us you're excited about turkey season, and then share it with the friends, your friends on Facebook. If you're on YouTube or if you're over on my Facebook page, you can just come on over and join us. I don't see anybody over there. I'm looking and don't see you, but I know this is going to play out loud if I click on it. So anyway, guys, youth season, we just wrapped up. Any of you take a young person, a youth hunting this weekend? I did. I'll talk about that here in a few minutes when we get some more people on. I had a great time. Listen, I'll tell you, for the first time hunting, this kid, it was my girlfriend's little boy. This kid, he doesn't know how lucky he was for these events to transpire on Saturday morning. He doesn't realize how great of a hunt he had, even though he didn't close on it. I'm pumped. Has anyone checked on the campground? You know what? I meant to text Mike and have him call today. So, no, I have not checked on the campground, but we can't count out the other, 18 guys that are coming. They may have checked on it. Joe lives there. Joe, what do you think? You think the campground's flooded out? We talked last week. Fix my hat. We talked last week that maybe the part we're staying in sets up high enough to where it's not going to flood. I don't know. Joe says it's still rising. I don't know. I know that Moorhead got a lot of rain on Saturday. I was in Pike County. We didn't get, or on Sunday. Was it Saturday or Sunday Moorhead got the rain? Saturday, I was in Pike County. We didn't really get any. But yeah, Tony Rittenhour's here. Tony, I was thinking about if I would have time, and I don't even know the season dates, Tony, you can help me out with this. But I was thinking if I would have time to make it out to Fort Knox for just a weekend turkey hunt, right? My gun is already registered. You know what, Tony? My gun isn't registered. I only have a muzzleloader registered. So the answer is no. I don't have time because I'd have to register my shotgun. I just answered that. Thanks. Joe says, I don't think the A loop will flood. I don't either, Joe. I don't either. I think we're good. Arian says there was a great pic on Facebook of Cave Run of one of the campgrounds and it looked bad. Uh-oh. Maybe that's the best place to look. Maybe we need to be over there on Facebook, which I am right now. Check us out. But we're going to look up Twin Knobs Campground and see. Why is there a group with 7,000 people in it? What are the best camping spots? No, don't want that. Hold on. Due to flooding situations, Zilpo Campground's opening will be delayed. We are planning, this was just from 4 days ago. We are planning, weather permitting, on opening on May 22nd. Hold on. Twin Knobs, located around the lake on Highway 801, is open now with electric, non-electric sites. There we go. Let's go. We got it. Twin Knobs is open. It's ready to go. Electric, non-electric sites. That was as of 4 days ago, so I'm pretty sure we're good to go. And I'm thrilled to hear that news. So thank you, whoever told me to go ahead and look at that. Who is that on here? Hold on, I got to get back. Look at this. That's my guy. Jake Christensen. He's calling me the GOAT. Jake and I have been through some battles. Let me tell you, I was his 5th grade basketball coach. We delivered a championship, the first championship ever for our school. And then the next year, I was his 6th grade football coach, and they hadn't won a game in 2 years. And we went like 8-2, 8-3 or something. We won a bunch of games. And that guy right there, one of the toughest kids I've ever known. He's a grown man. Look at him. He's a personal trainer. You want to get fit? You want to look like me? You want to look like Jake? Go to Jake. I guess Jake's still doing that. I appreciate him. Love that guy. Let's see here. Yatesville Lake is still up. Man, Painesville Lake was like up to, I don't even know a good word to use there. It was way up. Let's see here. Josh Teeter said it was a tough weekend for kids. Well, you know, I'll get to look, we got 22 people watching. I will get to the story of my story here in just a few minutes. But I do want to hear, if you took a kid hunting, I want to know how it went. Did you kill one? Did you see one? Did you hear one? Did you go in Western Kentucky where you had to take a boat? Did you go in Central Kentucky where maybe a raft, maybe a kayak, or, you know, in Eastern Kentucky, we were okay out there. The whole state has been flooded. I don't know if you've seen, I live here in Frankfort, and my goodness, it's like a historical flood here in Frankfort. It's like the worst ever. It was predicted to go like 2 feet above the flood wall, which would have been catastrophic. But I don't know what they were able to do and get it down a foot. But anyway, it was pretty bad. People out here losing their homes. Joe's out here losing his food plot. He's real down about it. Joe, I'm sorry. Hopefully, Joe, it's going to be okay and you can replant it this week. But the turkeys start this weekend, so I don't know. Blake Ramey said, took a youth, we passed on 3 Jakes. Oh, Blake, don't pass on them Jakes now. Let them kids shoot. Blake, let them cook, as those kids say. Let them cook. Let's see. What else we got? I saw Paul Priest said Yatesville Lake. But yeah, let me go ahead and get in our story, because I think we might as well kick this show off. So don't forget, we are looking for someone to come on at the end of the show. Once again, Michael isn't here. We don't have anyone to call against him. So this is the last week. Did we say that? This is the last week that we're giving away Turkey Hunting USA mouth calls. The last week we're going to be giving these away. And, come on. I think I can talk Billy Barnett. Billy Barnett, U.S. Super Slam to completion. You Grand Slam multiple times. Let me just read right here. Billy Barnett hand makes every one of these. You get the guarantee quality from the Turkey Hunting USA mouth call by Billy Barnett. Billy Barnett is a 7-time Grand Slam turkey champ, a 1-time U.S. Super Slam champ. He has killed a turkey, folks, in every state that allows turkey hunting. There's not a state in this great country that allows turkey hunting in which Billy has not killed at least one turkey, and in some of them he's killed 2, 3, 4, multiple birds. One spring, Billy killed a turkey in 14 states in one spring. And some of us ain't going to kill one in one state this spring. Gosh, what a guy. So anyway, we're giving away, I think I can talk him into giving away 2 tonight if 2 of you want to come on here and call versus each other. If not, if no one wants to come on here, we won't give any away tonight. But I also have, last week we got to, let me see how many comments we ended up getting to last week. Let me look. I said last week, if we get to 350 comments, and I can already go ahead and tell you, y'all not going to get there. You're not talking enough. I'm doing all the talking. If you can get to 350 comments, I said last week, I was going to give away an Onyx membership, but we didn't. We didn't get there. So let me see what we did get. We got to beat last week's. All right, we got to beat last week's. Last week we had 200. Oh, there I am. 253. So we got to get 254 comments, and I'll give away another Onyx membership. Some people are going to be here. They're showing up late. If you go ahead and Bub's fiance threw me off there. If you go ahead and share this on Facebook, we'll get more people in here, and I'll pull some comments out of them. But you guys have to help me here. Morgan Bub's fiance says Bub is grounded from turkey camp. I'm sorry. Now here's a way to get a lot of comments. Let's ask Morgan why. Do you want to know why Bub is grounded from turkey camp? And look, if she says it, I believe it's so. I want to know why. Morgan, come back to us. Let us know. Your firearm registration expires next year. So I told Tony, Tony takes about 5-7 days to register weapon unless you get lucky. Yeah, about a week. I guess I have to mail it. I guess I can mail it tomorrow. I don't know, Tony. Let me know. Tony, I want you to tell me what the season dates are for turkey in the spring at Fort Knox. Anyway, Joe says I've seen more deer on Saturday than I've seen in forever. I saw 3. I've not seen many deer lately. I did see 3. I'm going to say gigantic does eating. They were up on a hill eating someone's like pet food. But kind of think about it, maybe they weren't does. Maybe they shed their antlers. I don't know. But they were big for this time of year. I was like, whoa, caught me off guard. About hit one too. Caught in 3 different gobblers. Every time they seen the decoys, they turned and went away. That would cause what would cause that. Hey, that happened to us too. So let's talk about that in a second, okay? Joe says, seen a few wet kids with wet turkeys that they had killed. Yeah, we had a decent number. It was, I think the number of turkeys killed this weekend was down quite a bit. I'm not 100% sure. I'd have to look back. But, man, the weather always plays a part in harvest results, right? So I remember a few years ago our deer harvests were down, but we had a horrible opening weekend gun season. Maybe it's 2-3 years ago. It just plays a role. It plays a factor. And some people only get one weekend. Some kids only got this weekend, and if they didn't get it done, they'll have to wait till next year. Some parents just can't take them. Here's something you might not know, though. If you have a kid who's wanting to hunt and you are a capable adult, you don't have to have a hunting license to take them. You have to be able to maintain control of the firearm and take it over at any time, right? If they're doing something unsafe, you got to be able to take that at any time. Your job is to protect the child. And you also have to get them like a hunter's, if you don't have an orange card, they don't, you have to get them like a hunter's exemption for the first year. I don't even think they need that if they're under 12. So if you are not a hunter, let's say you're on here, you just like to hang out, you just like to watch, you just like to talk. Or let's say you're a fisherman, you just like to fish, but you like to get on here on Tuesdays because you don't like what's on the TV. And someone wants to go hunting, but you're not a hunter, you can still take them. I can't call worth a lick. You can still figure it out. So anyway, I didn't know if people knew that or not. Rick Crossley says, I might come visit turkey camp saying you're going to be closed, but hunting my property. Going to be closed. Huh? I've got one Tom I've been watching. I like to get. Rick, I hope you get it. If you get it, come to turkey camp and see us. Say hi, Rick. We'd love to meet you. If you get it, bring the turkey down. We want to, we can take some pictures. It's good. Morel mushrooms are up. Get out and get you some. Let's talk, Paul. Let's talk about that in a second because I'll be in Eastern Kentucky tomorrow, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. I'll be in the woods tomorrow. Well, probably not in the woods tomorrow, but I'll be over there near them tomorrow through Sunday. I got to work tomorrow on Thursday, but still. And I need some advice, Paul. I need some advice on where to look, when to look, how to look for. You're saying morel mushrooms. Some people say dryland fish. I call them hickory chickens, but I like to gather some. Jim says, Morgan, what did Bub do to be put on punishment? I want to know too. Had 7 deer in his yard last night. WO says you have to make it fair according to how many is on here. If it's only 20 of us, that's 15 comments each. That's a lot of comments. WO, I agree. WO. That means we got to share it. That means you don't just have to be a talker. You have to be a recruiter. That's a good point. I'm not disagreeing, but it is what it is. 254 comments. We had 253. We've had as many as 500, 600, 700 before. Billy Outdoors, not seen you around in a while, Billy. I've had Toms come in and get spooked of the decoys too. Happened to us. We're going to talk about in a minute. Hang tight. Stay tuned. Can Bub get a weekend pass, extend his punishment to the backside? Okay, we know Anthony doesn't handle the discipline in his house. Woody Riley says, Youth season was crazy. Caught a break from the rain. Started working a bird for my son. Then it started lightning. It's tough. It was tough. You always need a blind when taking a kid. We'll talk about that too. No hunting or fish related, but get out on the golf course with me. Oh, you know what, Jake? I might try to do that. I'm not very good, but I'd love to go with you, brother. Holler at me. We'll get it done. I don't know any kids. Fort Knox dates is 9 April to 4 May. Oh, man, 9 April. That's tomorrow. Scott Butler's here. Scott, we love you. Rick says we'll do. Side note, John Stepp, Jake wants to play Capture the Flag or something. Capture the Flag. Yes. I think he meant golf. But yes. I had 2 big toms blow up on her property right here at my house this afternoon and had one right behind my mother-in-law's house this afternoon. Also, it's looking good. I think so. I've got my 15 comments already, Joe. I believed in you from the moment I saw Joe Carter flash on my screen, and I saw that comment. You said I was talking about my hat. And I don't know if you said nice hat or what you said, but I knew. I got it mixed up here. I knew, Joseph, that you were going to get your 15 comments. John, Brad Crank is on here. Get him on the calling contest. Well, I don't know who Brad is, but he's welcome. Anyone, if you're on here, we just had an influx of people. If you're on here, last 10 minutes of the show, we just need 2 of you. All you gotta do is come on and call. You don't have to be good. You don't have to be a turkey hunter. You can give it away. That is a nice hat. You know what? Here's the thing, Rick. When I saw it in the box over here, I was like, man, I don't really like that brown. And then when I put it on, I was like, you look pretty good. I like the brown hat. I like the Onyx hat. So you know what? I might wear it this weekend just to make Joe jealous. Gary Kite says, watching from Roanoke, Virginia. Good luck to everybody this week. All right, let's talk about Youth Weekend. If you took a youth, I want you to tell us just a brief summary of the story of what happened. And I'm going to tell you when did the rebrand happen? Not sure what the rebrand was, Aaron. I don't know what the rebrand was. Hey, Aaron, also, Jake Christensen's wanting to go golfing. I think he lives in London or Richmond. There you go. We got a 4th now. Anyway, so where was I at? Aaron, every time Aaron comes on here, I get distracted because he works with me, and he's just a little troll. He just likes to troll and then talk about it at work the next day. Anyway, John is the model. I am just the model. Oh, this weekend. All right, so this past Saturday, youth season, opening day. My girlfriend's little boy always wanted to go hunting. Never really had anybody to take him. And so I was like, let's go, right? Fired up. Can't wait. My daughters, they've been with me a few times. Not really. They just kind of outgrown wanting to do what dad does, right? Anytime my daughters have been with me hunting, it's either because I made them or they just want to make dad happy. But at some point in their lives, they go into, of course, the rebrand of Eastern Outdoors. I don't know what he's talking about. But at some point in their lives, they quit trying to make dad happy. You've known it. You've got kids. You know how it is. They want to make dad happy, make mom happy. And at some point, they're just like, you know what? I'm my own. I don't want to do it anymore. But my girlfriend's little boy, he really wanted to go. And I was like, all right, we're going to do this. And so, a couple weeks ago, I had him shooting the shotgun, a little 410. It's actually still in my truck. I show it. It might get kicked out. And he's shooting the shotgun, right? Peppering the target, doing great. I took a turkey target over, shooting the turkey target, doing great. Now, last week, if you remember, we talked about he'd been practicing with the shells, the 2.5-inch practice loads. But now, I said, okay, buddy, here's what we're going to do. We're going to put one of these in there. This is the one that's going to kill the turkey. But we're only going to shoot one. And if you shoot it well, we're only going to shoot one because they're about $10 to $12 a shell, right? Maury, I don't know if you said girlfriend. Should I not call you fiance? I'm confused. So Bub's dumb hunting dog ate Morgan's patio cushions. Hey, Morgan, they make more cushions. And Bub's not on here tonight, so he's either late per usual or he's grounded for real. So anyway, I put the TSS shell in the 410. And, he's all cool. He's been shooting those practice loads, and he reaches up there. Bam! Whoa! A little bit more kick, right? A little bit more kick. What am I doing with my hands? A little bit more kick with these. It made him a little skittish. He missed the turkey target. I said, all right, man, we're going to have to shoot a second one. And so he was a little upset, a little scared. It was a little louder, a little more kick. And I was like, hey, look, this guy's only shot a shotgun 2 days in his life. I said, look, I'm going to sit down with you. So I got down there beside of him. I helped him. I said, look, we're going to hold this gun in tight. We're going to hold it tight in the front because it bounced up on him. Second shot, bam, hit the target. We're good. All right, brother, here's what we're going to do. Anyway, so no, Aaron, it's always been Eastern outdoors. You just added the Kentucky in there. So anyway, we go hunting Saturday morning. And the only decoy that I have is the one that was behind me. And I'm lying. I had the Strutter 2D decoy. And out in my garage today, I found my hen and a Jake, that's what I should have taken, I guess. I don't know. The Strutter works too. Like I even talked to some people that said, hey, take the Strutter, that we use it every year. So here's what happened. We're sitting there. We get to the tree. He's pumped. He's got his leafy suit on. I got my leafy suit on. I'm excited. He's excited. He's got his backpack. I got him a crow call. I got him a box call. I got him not a mouth call because I can't teach him how to use that. I got him a little push-pull Harold Knight call. And so now I'm talking to him like, hey, we got to walk slowly. We got to be quiet. We're going to get in this tree. And now all I had was, so my original plan was we were going to go to Bub's property in Lawrence County. We were going to walk the ridge, listen, run and gun it, right? That was the original plan. We were going to run and gun. It's fun. He's going to like it. The road was flooded out. We couldn't get there. So of all people, you're going to guess who this was. Of all people, the man who came through, who always comes through, my good friend, Hurley Combs, said, hey, take him over to Pike County. You can hunt on my property. I didn't have a key to the gate. We had to park at the gate and walk in. And he's like, just let him hunt there. I said, okay, man, I appreciate it. Forever grateful for Hurley. I can always count on him. Always count on him. So anyway, we get there, park at the gate. We walk in. He's excited. I'm excited. I'm praying to God that something, just Lord, let him hear one. Just let him hear one sound off after we call so he can get hooked to just that call and response, right? The most fun part of turkey hunting other than killing the turkey, just that call and response. And then let us just chase after him, right? But guys, we get there at 7 a.m. and at like 7:02, I just barely call on the glass call. The Billy Barnett, Turkey Hunting USA, glass call. I'm telling you, quality. It's a quality. It's a great call. You need it. You can use code EOM to get 15% off. Helps you on taxes and shipping. So I called just a little soft yelps, right? I can't do much. Little soft yelps. And I said, hey, we're going to sit here. I looked at him. I whispered, we're going to sit here for 30 minutes, and then I'll call again. I said, have your gun ready. So he's sitting there, what we'd call in the teacher world, crisscross applesauce. I was like, no, let's get this leg up. I was like, pat him on the right leg. Get this leg up because I want you to rest your gun like we did when we were practicing shooting. So he's adjusting himself. You know, it's hard to sit down when you're a kid for that long. So he's adjusting himself. He's ready. So I got a little anxious. So at 7:22, that's just like 20 minutes. 7:22, I'm like, okay, let's see if we can get one to gobble. I call again. Soft yelps. Bam, 50 yards, probably 50 yards away, a gobbler just blasts off. And he was like, oh. Yeah, we looked at each other. We were elbowing each other. I was like, okay, get your gun up, get your gun up, get your gun up. Get ready. If you're moving and he comes out, he's going to see you, and then we're done, right? So he's got his gun up. He's sitting there. 7:27. So 25 minutes from the very first call, I see it come up over the hill. And I say, hey, see that turkey? What does he do? He starts doing this, looking for it, starts looking everywhere. I'm like, no. You can't move. It's going to see you. I said, keep your head still. Just move your eyes. And I can see it because I spotted it, but he still can't see it. He's looking through a tree branch. There's weeds over there, but this turkey's just slowly working its way. You know how they move, just slowly working its way. And then eventually it gets out some high weeds and it gets into the field and he sees it. And I can't really tell. I mean, I know he was super excited, right? I was a nervous wreck, man. Like my stomach was a mess. I'm sitting there, I'm trying to walk him through. I'm like, okay, be patient. Keep your gun up. Be patient. Put your red dot at the bottom of his neck on the red. Right? I was trying to like red on red, like I was trying to do that. Be patient. Be patient. We're going to let him get closer. I'm whispering to him. He's still kind of looking like, okay. 5 minutes later, the turkey just stops. He sees our strutter decoy. And either the strutter, and I want to know your opinion, either the strutter decoy paused him and he wouldn't come further, or a little bit of movement from us paused him and he wouldn't go any further. So he sat there, he blew up, he strutted around a little bit, but he's still probably 40, 45, 50 yards away. Plenty enough gun, plenty enough tungsten shells to reach him, but a hard shot for someone who's never hunted before. And so we're sitting there and he's got his gun up and I'm like, okay, we might have to take this shot because I think he's getting ready to leave. And so that turkey turns around and he starts heading back out. Fan down, neck up, heading back out. And I was like, okay, buddy, we're going to have to shoot. I said, keep your gun down. And I was kind of walking him through it. I said, put that red on red. And as soon as you're comfortable, just squeeze. I said, don't pull, squeeze the trigger. Keep that. Yeah, it probably was a strutter decoy. Keep that red dot on red. And so I'm watching him. I didn't want to grab and help him, because I didn't want to mess up his aim. But I was also worried he was still a little skittish from the gun, I think, because those TSL shells. And I'm sure he was excited and nervous. Golly, I was. And so I'm watching him and I'm watching the turkey, and he shoots too high, and the turkey flies away. And I was like, hey, that's okay. It happens. And I was just like, my hand. I was like, ugh. I was like, I immediately wanted to console him. I thought he was going to be upset. But I think it all happened so fast. Like 7:02 first call, 7:22 second call, 7:27 the turkey is there. Like 7:32, 35, he shoots. That's a really fast sequence, especially your first hunt out there. So it happened fast for him. It was an amazing experience, right? Because I was able to talk to him about what happened. We talked about why that turkey came in. Why would that strutter scare him off? Like someone said right here, he's been beat up before. We talked about a pecking order. Well, I was able to teach him all that stuff just from that experience. We worked on afterward. We didn't shoot the gun, but we worked on holding it firm and keeping your head down there and not. One thing he might have done too was when he shot, I think he may have looked up, right? Looked up to see if he had made the hit. And so and I told him, I said, look, if you even raise the muzzle of your gun half an inch, you're probably above its head. And so many things he learned from that, but he was pumped. He was not sad. He was not like distraught. I was like, oh man, he was so close. I was like, I just imagined him running to that turkey after we shot it. But you know what? We sat there for about another hour, and oh, never mind. I thought it was kicking us off. We sat there for another hour, and he was getting a little antsy. And I said, "Hey, look, I don't know if another turkey's going to come here because we shot one and missed it, and he flew off." I said, "But there are more turkeys here. Do you want to go and walk and see if we can find them?" So we walked. We ended up walking about 3 miles Saturday morning. Heard some gobbling in the distance. Nothing we could really get to. He was ready to go. He was exhausted. We woke up at 4 o'clock that morning. And so we left. And I didn't know if he wanted to come back the next day. His older brother said he kind of wanted to. And then he didn't. And then when he found out we were going back, he did. One of those things. The younger brother's still a little scared, and that's okay. But he couldn't wait to go back. So next Sunday morning, we woke up at 4:30, And we got there and it was raining. So we waited till it really kind of slacked off. We went in, we sat, didn't hear anything. We walked another about 2.5 miles, and we heard four or five turkeys on Sunday, but they were way down in the hollers. We were up top of the mountain. They were way down in the hollers. And but he got to learn a lot. We saw turkey tracks. Now he can identify those. We saw deer tracks. Now he can identify those. We saw elk tracks. We saw coyote poop. We saw elk poop, deer poop, turkey poop. I helped him identify poop that is from a female turkey and poop that is from a male turkey. I showed him deer trails that we saw and game trails and why are they using those? So he had a full weekend of just getting after it. And he is hooked. He can't wait to go back. And man, that's just the coolest thing, knowing that. I mean, I told him, I said, listen, buddy, I don't know if you know how fortunate you are. In the first 30 minutes of sitting down, you got to shoot at a turkey. I said, most kids this morning, especially with this weather, are not going to see a turkey. Some of them won't even hear one. And you heard one, saw one, and got to shoot at one. That's amazing. So anyway, we had a great time. It was a lot of fun. I was super proud of him. And when I talked to his mom today, I said, is that your dog? I just heard like, "Meow, meow, meow, meow." I said, is that your dog? She said, no, he's in there with that. She didn't know what to call it. A box call, just hammering it in the living room. So he's definitely hooked. I'm excited to take him back. We're going to try to go at least one more time. And yeah, I hope you guys had a great experience too. The only thing that could have went better is if he'd hit that turkey. And then we would have been, I may have had him right here beside me tonight, or I'd at least been showing you pictures. That's a lot of talk. I need a drink now. But yeah, it was a great time. And I encourage you, man, if you know a kid who wants to go hunting, it's just as valuable for you as it is them. Because you are just in how to talk to them and how to approach teaching them. It's so much fun. Also, if you know an adult, like there's guys I work with who's like, hey, man, I'd love to go hunting. And I think they're kind of poking fun at the page and stuff because, we're guys, we make fun of each other. And I'm like, really? You just did that? He said, no, I really want to go. So I'm like, okay, let's go. So if you know an adult, I didn't start turkey hunting. I think, what am I, 38? I think my first turkey season, I was 33. My first deer season, I was 32. And so, yeah, it's never too late. It's never too early. And it's a lot of fun. Anyway, let's see what you guys are saying. Rick said, great job, John. I appreciate that, Rick. You're a good fella. Happens the best was always keep going and never give up. I missed as many as I've shot. Hey, I missed the first one I ever shot at. I got anxious. I got impatient. My friend Sean Ely, who's a turkey killer. I mean, he's been tagging out since we were kids. He was calling it in, and it looked like it was leaving. It was leaving. It was anyway. He's like, man, I could have got that turkey in, and I shot, and it was too far, and I missed. But yeah, it happens. Billy says, what a great experience, though. High adrenaline rush. He heard one, saw one, even got a shot. Yeah, amazing. Look, my guy right there. Told you he comes through. Hurley, I was telling him, look, Bub's land flooded out, just like Bub to let me down, just like Hurley to come through, right? When people show you who they are, believe them. Come on, Bub. I appreciate you, Hurley, for real. Arian says, getting back in the saddle spring squirrel season to help boost it. So his two brothers are a little more skittish of the gun than he is. His oldest brother, he's shot the gun. He's just not as aggressive as the younger brother. And then the smallest brother is just a little scared of the gun. But I told them next month we would definitely go squirrel hunting. They have a lot of land behind their house. So definitely what we're going to do, Arian. I can't wait to take them. That's so great. You did such a good job. Appreciate it, Rick. I really do. You couldn't have done any better with him. For him, it sounds. Yeah, I mean, it was. He was great though. He made it easy. Sounded like a great experience for him. Probably a future hunter. Oh, definitely. We'll be going. We've already talked. Look, we've already walked up behind his house on the ridge. They live over in Eastern Kentucky, and we've already talked about saddles. I didn't use the word saddle, but here's where deer are probably traveling. We can put a tree stand up there. So I'm going over tomorrow. I'm going to take some trail cameras. We're already got it cooking. So it's going to be a lot of fun. Daniel says why it takes patience and planning. He'll respect the process. Lots of patience and planning. Mark says nothing better than taking a kid. If I can click on it. Mark had 2 kids tag turkeys this week. Woody says that's awesome. Last year I got one to come in to my son. He said he didn't want to shoot it because it was too pretty. So I went out and got one. He remembered how good cheese stuffed fried turkey breast tastes, and now I think he'll drop the hammer on one. Hey, man, you can't make them, right? If I would have planned ahead, like Jimmy said, it takes planning and preparation. If I would have planned ahead, because I thought we were just going to be running and gunning, I would have brought a blind. I would have brought chairs. I would have brought a vise. I don't have a good tripod, but I have one we could have used. Or like Paul said, a forked stick to rest his gun on. That would have been, Paul, that would have been great. We just didn't, by the time the turkey was there, it was like go time, you know? But yeah, if I would have known we were going to be going to that field, I didn't know until Friday night, I would have brought the blind, chairs, the whole setup, and he would have had a much greater shot at killing the bird. But I didn't know. So next time, I'm just going to always have that stuff with me. Wesley says, always pass it on. Our future kids won't ever forget it. Best thing in the world. Absolutely. Have a great opening weekend. Got to hit the hay. Some of us get up 4:45. Stay warm. Stay safe. Jimmy, you're the man, brother. I love you. Appreciate you. We'll see you next Tuesday. Hopefully, I get to see you this weekend. I know you're not going to hunt, but if you could come by, man, we'd be so thrilled to see you. Corey here has missed 12 turkeys. I bet you've hit more than 12 though. There you go. WO says looks like it's going to be a little chilly Saturday morning. You know what? It was about perfect Saturday. This past Saturday, it was just about perfect. It wasn't hot. It got warm in the afternoon, but we were out of there. Whew. It was a nice overcast. Sunday was a little too rainy and wet, but yeah, I'm okay with a little chilly. Be fine. Let's see. Joe says, I just watched a video of me missing a turkey after having it at 15 yards. Well, this one's probably a good 45 yards, I would say, Joe. That's what I would guess. Rick says nothing. Rick didn't say a thing. I'm sure that was an accident. He will remember you for taking him hunting. You did good. Thanks, Paul. I think he will, and he's already excited. He's already using those calls. I got him started with a crow call, and he was just cranking that thing for days. And then earlier he was using the box call. So, sorry, guys, I get tired. Gary says that miss probably a great learning experience, and if he sticks with it, that first bird down will be all the sweeter. If kids or unexperienced hunters, a blind is so helpful. It is. I had a little mobile blind I put up, but yeah, I wish I would have been a little better prepared. I could have helped him out with that. With my son's little 410, I got a single shooting stick for him. It does good. If you have some old arrows, no, I've got a couple of shooting sticks. I just didn't have them with me. Saturday's going to be a great morning. I agree, Joe. I don't know how many I've missed over the years. Shoo, Lordy, that excitement sure can make that trigger finger happy. I've learned over the years to let them come. Yeah, it's a lot of fun. Anthony says, who's coming on tonight? Anthony, I don't know, man. You want to? If no one comes on, we'll just do a drawing. If no one comes on, I will just draw a number to see who gets that. And if we get 254 comments, sorry, we get 254 comments, then we will give away an Onyx membership. And you know what? It's an elite membership, so I think it's multiple states. I'd have to check for sure. Wesley says, yeah, overcast this weekend here for opening Saturday, 55 the high. They'll be on green fields. I like to set up on them, especially where hens feed. Let me ask you guys a question. Billy's late. Sorry, Billy. We've been talking about youth season. Mike's not here, Billy, so nobody's wanting to come on. And I told him we could probably give away 2 tonight to end the giveaway, but we'll see. Rick says, I've only taken about a dozen turkeys in my life. Probably missed at least half of that, if not more. Hey, it's not easy. It's not easy. Favorite weather for turkeys is about 45 at dark. Whew. The 70 at noon. What is wrong with me, guys? I'm yawning. So let me ask you this. I'll be hunting Saturday morning public land. Now, the place I hunt There better not be. I've hunted there 3 times. Once there was somebody there before me, so I've got to get there pretty early Saturday. But the place I hunt is right next to a private land field. Now I can't hunt the field because there's a house. Like I can't set up there. You know what I mean? Like I can't hunt the boundary because there's a house between the field and the public land. But when Mike and I discovered this, we were walking down a road and we knew public was on both sides, and there was a house in front of us, and we just saw tons of turkeys in the field behind that house. So we went and sat down hoping we could call one over. And so we sat down, we were facing a direction, and instead of calling a turkey over, we called one up out of the holler, came running, bam, up in front of us. I had a small window. I didn't shoot, should have, didn't. And the rest was history. Last year I hunted there. I was on a ridge, a little different location than Mike and I was on, but I was on this ridge, and I had gobblers down in both hollers. Gobble, 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 both sides. This one would gobble. I called this one would gobble. And so I waited them out. However, they circled around and they got behind me going to the field. And so how would you set up? Just imagine woods, right? Your woods on a ridge, and behind you 150 yards is a field where you know turkeys are going. You've seen them 3 out of 3 times you've been there, but there's a house between. So how am I supposed to get those turkeys to come over? Is there a calling sequence? Is there a setup? I can't show you the place because it is such a good public land place. I can't share it on here, but we'll see. So Billy says his wife is going to be on the gun first Saturday morning. Now here, guys, we can talk about this real quick. She can go watch. So I took my girlfriend's boy Saturday. She wants to go later. She's never been hunting, right? I've never been hunting with a female, but she's anxious. She's ready to go. We've played basketball. We've played baseball with the kids. We've done all these things. Super coordinated, like athletic, surprises me. She sat down and started shooting the gun and just nailed it. So I know she can do it, right? But you don't want to be like, you're patient with the kid, but when it's another adult, Billy, I don't know. I just need some tips. I don't want to ruin the relationship going turkey hunting, right? So we need, Aaron says, sounds like a good time. Aaron, you're not going, buddy. You're not going. I can't be your mentor. Just kidding. I will take Aaron. Aaron, I should show Aaron's. Aaron, send me that video of you hitting that golf ball so I can share it with everyone on here. It'd be fun. But any advice on taking your partner, your wife, or your girlfriend for the hunting for the first time? Because we're gonna go. But hey, what do you think? Rick, I know I'm totally kidding. I just thought it was funny. She'll have a great time. She's gonna love it. Rumor is she beat John 10-6. No, she didn't. We actually, me and her youngest son played against her in her middle, and we smoked them. The first time Rebecca ever shot a gun, she killed a turkey. She can do it. Oh, yeah, but here's the thing, Billy. Rebecca has something that my girlfriend doesn't have. She doesn't have Billy Barnett next to her. She has me, Billy. She's at a serious disadvantage to Rebecca. Because Rebecca had, let's see what Rebecca had. Rebecca had a 7-time Grand Slam champ and a 1-time U.S. Super Slam champ, Billy. And my girlfriend has me. Now, Mark's actually giving real advice here. So now, Doug, listen, if you know Doug Clayton, fantastic man. Never met him in person, but just from interacting on Facebook, I know the character of this man. He says, be patient with her. Doug, I will be. Total opposite comment from Mark Lilly. Don't take her. She'll be wanting to go all the time. Now, that's funny. But I'm pretty sure Mark is also the one who he and his wife have not only drawn an elk tag, but also killed an elk. So he can't say much, right? But yeah. Paul says, I was joking though. I can't wait to take her. She's going to have a good time. Paul says, I heard 3 different turkeys gobbling from my front porch Monday. Paul lives in just an amazing place where wild game. If it wasn't for them dogs running during deer season, Paul may have gotten him that big old giant buck. You got to keep those stray dogs out of there, Paul. Wesley says, I was set up in those woods in the middle, 100 yards from that boundary line, catch them going through the woods, going to that field. You can use a flimsy hat or turkey wings, make it sound like a fight is going along with fighting purrs. You're getting a little outside of my skill set here, Wesley. A little outside. I can do some yelps. Just a little above my skill set. If there's a dominant Tom, he will come in to investigate and you can possibly kill him. So, Wesley, should I have decoys out? Should I have those out? Should I have a strutter? Should I have a hen? Should I have a Jake? I have all 3. What do you think? Treat her the same as you did her son, but laugh when she misses. So when she misses, I'm not going to say, oh, my God, what are you doing? Right? I would never do that. That's just not me. Gary says, go get your blind set up and be very, very patient. Also with female, make sure there's a bathroom stop. Hey, Gary, let me tell you, I'll have to make 4 or 5 bathroom stops, brother. That is no joke. You're right. She needs a catheter out there in the woods. Also, the female, make sure there's a bathroom stop going before the woods. It's a little more complicated if they need to pee. You hit the nail on the head, Gary. That's one thing I hadn't. We're going to go, I think, let's see, this is the 12th. We're going to go the 19th. So we're going the second weekend. And, man, Gary, I hadn't thought about that, but that's true. I'm going to say no liquids before 7 p.m. the night before, Gary. All right, so Wesley says no decoys at all. Make him come in looking. Okay. Paul says use a Jake. Now, most people last weekend told me to use the Jake and the hen decoys, and I didn't think I had them, but I found them actually today while I was cleaning up my garage. And then some people just told me, actually a guy at work today said, man, you should have went with just the Jake. That Tom would have come in to just the Jake this weekend. And then some people told me to use a strutter. So Wesley says, if I hunt the woods, I don't use decoys. Now, here's the thing about that, Wesley. That one that I had to come in 2 or 3 years ago in this same spot that I didn't shoot, he came racing up that hill and he saw the decoy and he raced right back out. So you might be onto something there. And this is public land. Gary says, no coffee or liquids before you head out. Learn with my wife early on. Gary, I think you've given me the best advice of the night. Practical, true, accurate advice that I'm going to have to use. Make sure you check her for ticks when you get home. That's a little trick, Josh. She already knows about permethrin. We sprayed our leafy suits down with permethrin on Friday before we went out. No ticks when we got back. Guys, if you're not, listen, ticks are out. When I had them shooting the gun 2 weeks ago, my daughters were with me, and my oldest was like, Daddy, is it tick season? And I was like, oh, crap. And I said, no. That night we got back home and my youngest she just screamed. I probably talked about this last week. She screamed and I was like, what are you doing? There was a tick on the back of her neck. So, yeah. Joe Garland says, according to what kind of turkeys you have, a turkey that's been whooped, I wouldn't use a Jake, maybe a single hen. If I have a dominant Tom, then use a Jake with a hen. Yeah. I don't know what kind of turkeys we're going to be dealing with, Joe, but that all makes sense to me. Every hunting trip used to be a man's. Now they are family trips. Not that I don't like to take my family, but keeping the family happy and trying to hunt the whole time is difficult. I took her to Wyoming one time. Now she thinks she has to go every time. Think wisely, John. Again, sound advice. You guys are saying be nice, be patient. Mark's telling the truth. Gary's telling the truth. Women like to pee a lot, and when they have fun with you, they want to keep coming back. So I'm going to have to take all this into account, and we'll see where it goes. So we'll say now you guys are you're talking about wives here, right? I'm talking about a girlfriend. So, if she turned out to be my wife, Mark, she would be coming in with really high expectations, wouldn't she? You guys will give me a lot to think about over the next week, and we'll make sure she doesn't watch this one. If I hunt early season, I use Jake, no strut and decoy with lay down hen because the Tom won't let a Jake mount a hen. He will run him off and take the hen. Right. Yeah, I think that's where most people are coming from. You may create a monster, maybe. So do old men. Oh, Lord, think about that. Yeah, old men have to pee a lot too. I'm getting there, Doug. I'm catching you, brother. Getting a day older every time I wake up. So, all right, here's what we're going to do. I don't think we have anyone wanting to come on. That's okay. That's cool, man. What we'll do, though, is let's do one thing. Let's see. That's how you become best friends with your wife and lose all other friends. And I don't know if Joe's saying that's a good thing or a bad thing. You become best friends with your wife, all your other friends fall apart. Or hey, you've got a best friend for life. I don't know, Joe, which side you falling on there. Tina, now here's a woman's perspective. Y'all know I'm here listening to all this. I'm a girl. And Tina, we know you got to pee 3 times every time you go hunting. Just kidding. Just kidding. Wesley says, my girlfriend is going to be my camera girl, then switching off, and I'm filming her. All right. I was going to make a joke, but I'm not. I think that's cool, Wesley. I think, yeah. Now, are you going to get mad if she messes up the camera angle or doesn't get the shot you want? Is going to cause, I can see having your girlfriend as your camera girl causing a little riffraff there. I don't know. Gary said last 2 years, the Jake and Lay Down Hen have been our money set up. And Gary, I saw, did both of Joey's kids get a bird this weekend? Gary, I saw the girl. I saw a picture of the girl. Maybe you, is her name Ellie? Because my daughter's name's Ellis with an S, and I think her name's Ellie. But I think maybe you posted that, Gary. I can't remember. I saw so many. Mark says, use a strutter if he's scared. You don't need to be killing sissy turkeys anyway. There you go. Mark with great comments tonight, by the way. Just fantastic. Joe says, best friend for life. Joe, you're a sweet man. You're a sweet man, and you got a Onyx membership last week, and I'm so happy for you. Let's see how many comments we have on this video before we wrap it up tonight here. I'm so tired tonight, by the way. Well, it says, I'm going to use the call I won on here, going to film it. I put a video together this weekend. I edited it and sent it to you if you'd like me to. And, Wesley, I'm glad you said it, Wesley, because if you guys are out and you take videos. Now, look, anything from professional to your iPhone is good enough for us. We use our iPhone for everything. So I've not really been out much. Mike's been doing a lot. This weekend, I plan to get a ton of videos. But yeah, if you have videos that you take that you're not going to post on your page, or you just want a lot of people to see, because we post videos, some of them get 5,000 views, some of them get 500,000 views. Heck, I took a video of my brother with his back to me peeing out of a tree stand. It got over 1 million views. 1 million people watching him pee out of a tree stand. You believe that? So if you want people to see it, send it to us. We'll tag you in it. We'll put it up there. It's a lot of fun. So send anything you got to us. But I want to see how many comments we have on here. Oh man, WO was right. WO said 140. He didn't say that. He said it was going to take 15 each. Now here's the problem. Joshua, my brother, who was peeing out of the tree stand, he's usually one that will get in here and he'll share it so people can watch. And some people don't realize we're on every Tuesday, and they see the video shared in the group they follow, and they always come on. There's a lot of people not on here tonight because of that. And so WO was right. We're going to be at about 150 comments. So we'll give away 1 mouth call. We'll give away 1 Onyx membership. This is the last night. We might give away. I'll see how many Onyx memberships that I give away this weekend at camp, and then I'll use the rest for these Tuesday night giveaways. Let's see. Gary says, both got birds each. Ellie 10, Drake 6. one each with Joey and one each with her grandpa. Drake shot a monster, 27.4 pounds. Joey, listen, Gary's, is it your son-in-law? I can't remember. It's your son-in-law, right? Anyway, Joey, his two kids, Joey's just a straight up turkey slayer, man. Like, he is a turkey slayer. He's a hardworking guy. He's a teacher. He does landscaping. He does all that. One of the best guys you ever meet. Yeah, Wesley, I appreciate that, man. Billy says, good luck to everyone this weekend. Be safe. Anthony is correcting me and says, most Tuesdays. We are here most Tuesdays. You know, we do pretty good. Life gets in the way. I'll be honest, opening weekend, it's going to be a long weekend. I might take next Tuesday off here. Cousin's son-in-law, Gary. Okay, cousin's son-in-law. I didn't think it was son-in-law, but I knew it was something like that. Josh says, Josh has become a ghost. Well, here's what happens, Joe. When you move into a house, here's what happened. Let me tell you what happened to Josh, okay? Josh had these big plans. He got out of the Army. He built him a house. It was him and his wife and his son. He built a 3-bedroom house. Master bedroom for him and his wife, a little smaller bedroom for his son, and a guest bedroom. And then right before that house was completed, Joe, they found out they're having a second child. So that guest bedroom is no longer a guest bedroom. That is a little baby girl's bedroom. And that house became a lot more crowded. And so that little girl, Charlie, was born at the end of July. So what is she? 9 months old. And she's taking all his time. And he started a new job. New house, new job, new baby. He's just been super busy. I don't know where he's at today. Honestly, since the baby is born, Joe, I don't even talk to him much anymore. And so, but I love him. Let's see. Justin Lee said, anyone going down Thursday? I'll be down Friday morning, Justin, to kind of hit some spots and see what I'm hearing, but not Thursday. You know, I'm only busting your chops. I mean, giving you a hard time, Anthony. And if I couldn't take it, I wouldn't be here. I'll tell you what, Anthony, you came along in the good years. When we first started doing this and we were growing, do you know how many people didn't like us? You know, I mean, there was a lot of folks who were jealous and they were kind of mad at some of the things we were doing. They're all irrelevant now, right? They try to bash us. They're all irrelevant now. We have stood the test, and they're still out there complaining about everything. But no, Anthony, we appreciate you, man. We like having a good time. So, hey, look, 4 days. In 3 days on Friday morning, I will be in Moorhead. I will be around Cave Run Lake. I will be at Daniel Boone National Forest in my truck, probably with Michael, driving around, listening for birds, seeing. And here's what we're doing. We're not just doing it for us. If you're coming to turkey camp and you're like, I've never been there, where should I hunt? We're going to be checking our onX. We're going to be dropping pins all over our map Friday morning. We already know where we're going to hunt probably, and we're going to be there at camp and say, hey, you need a place to hunt? Boom, here you go. And I'm going to share the pins with you because you're also going to get a free onX app. If you signed up for camp, I'll probably be sending you a text message. I'll probably do one big group text about this weekend. And, we want to make sure you bring food, you bring drinks, right? It's going to be a camp. So we're all going to be out there sharing, cooking, having fun. And, man, we are stoked. We are so excited. Hopefully the weather's good. Hopefully it's dry. And we're looking forward to it. So even if you're not coming to camp, you will we hope you have a great time. Hope you're out there this Saturday. What did Mark say? Mark said, I heard all kinds of bad stuff, then I had a list for myself, and they was right. Hey, look, man, it's cool. We don't care. Listen, we actually like when people disagree because it drives up the views, right? We don't care about that stuff. But no, that is funny. W.O., I don't know if you heard me, but I said you were right. It wasn't fair. Usually by now we have well over 1,000 views. We only have 715. We'll probably have more than that now. We only had 140 comments. Probably have a little more than that now. But you're right, W.O. So we're going to give away a free onX membership and a free Billy Barnett turkey call. And I'm going to do that in just a second. So anyway, appreciate you guys. Go out there, kill a turkey this weekend. Take somebody who wants to if you can't. And let us know about it next Tuesday. Let us know about it this weekend. We'll be making posts. You comment, drop your pictures in there. So be safe. We love you guys, and we'll see you next Tuesday. Best of luck. Have a good night.